maybe here.
What about the walls, though?
I don't know. The walls.
Ow! Ow!
You okay?
I felt the pain of those objects as they were falling down.
Ow!
Sorry. Oh, I wanted to do it with the other microphone. God, I'm so stupid.
That escalated fast.
Why is that?
Scissors.
Scissors fell down?
Yeah.
God, I'm such a klutz. Such a klutz. I just learned that word. Klutz? Klutz.
I will turn off the data.
Data? Commander data?
It's something that doesn't really apply to me anymore.
Apply to me anymore? God, I'm just sitting with like a bunch of cords. This cord is so long.
I didn't.
It's okay.
Alright.
Wait, I'm gonna check the lock.
Finally started.
Yes, it's recording. I'm just with my clump of cords. Okay, we can start now.
Yeah. So what were you saying? I like your makeup today.
Thank you. I feel like a clown.
No, you're not. But what were you doing? I mean, we had class right before this, and
Yes, it was very long. It was very painful.
and at
It
the
wasn't
same
like
time,
that painful. Like, it wasn't that painful, but
it was another level of pain, though, for me.
yes, it's just, you know, Polish requires a lot of concentration
Yeah.
to understand it, to fully comprehend it. And when your teacher is a bit kind of going off on tangents that you're like, is this important? Or is she just telling her life story?
But I grabbed her saying, you know that scene from The Crown?
Really?
Yeah, she said something like that.
That's cool.
But I haven't watched the whole series. Actually, I didn't really watch it.
I watched the first 2 seasons. It's so good.
I watched like parts of it, fragments of it. Yeah. But it's just so hard when someone's speaking a lot to you. They're trying to explain something, trying to give you some kind of educational knowledge. But I just keep zoning out. I can't help it. I'm sorry, but it's just almost
Yeah.
impossible to stay focused 100% for
Yes.
like 3 hours straight.
Yes. But she does send us the recording, so I'm kind of thankful for that. And I'm kind of listening back and trying to understand it at my own pace.
At your own pace, and then
Just don't
double.
do it. Yeah. Double speed is so much more helpful to me.
Yeah, with
Because
some
it's easier to comprehend when it's faster. Because when it's like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
when it's slow and monotone, I just can't concentrate. I always think about something entirely else.
Yes, because it's like, okay, I'm concentrating on this sense and I'm out. And then it's so hard to get in.
Yeah.
Because, but some people are like that. Also, we're testing new audio equipment. Kind of not new, but old. Because last one wasn't the greatest one. But again, what did we expect? We're really low budget here. No budget here.
Yeah. It's not low, it's nothing. No budget.
Nothing. We don't even have a name yet.
Oh my
I
God,
really
we are no budget.
We're just like, wait, why are you doing this again? Yes, I like the name. We had that version in Latin of something like chat at night.
Yeah.
But I don't remember how it
Yeah, me
goes.
too.
But I remember something nocte or nocte something. Fabular? But
Yeah,
it's
fabulous something.
Yes.
Fabular.
hard
Yeah, I think
to
so.
remember. But I really like the ones like worthless chat. Which is pretty much
Sums up
yeah.
what we're doing.
It is what it is, but now it's not that pretty of a name. we're still thinking about it. I hopefully by the time this comes out, if it comes out, it's gonna be decided. It's gonna be like, yes, this is what. Yes.
It's weird because since we started, we had this idea that, oh, let's make a podcast out of it. And we had so many ideas about names and what we're going to talk about and some like catchphrase and... But it's just blank now. I don't know.
Yeah, we really should have written down.
Yeah.
When we had the idea, because we were like, oh, it won't work. And now we're like, wait, what was that? Yeah. And we can't remember now.
But I remember you had some kind of checklist. Anna is so hardworking and caring that she even has like checklist.
Checklist? I don't think I'm not hardworking, but thank you. But politely disagree. No, I'm kidding. Thank you. It was very nice of you to say that.
Aww.
But I don't remember. Probably I have it written down somewhere, but I just don't remember where.
It was in Notion.
Oh yes, we do have a little podcast nook in Notion, but it's just that it's like a picture of Notion and that thing that rolls around in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
That bush.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing. we had ideas there, but
I just remember we talked. So this came up with that idea that we're like, let's talk about virginity. We're like, let's have a catchphrase. You're just a virgin who can drive.
Yes.
And we are.
And we wanted to do like 2 virgins who can drive. But I don't know, maybe it's a bit too long. It's not something that's constant. You know what I mean?
So we hope that's not permanent
for life. We really hope that's not fucking permanent. Oh my god, the guy next door is gonna be like, what the fuck? If he's listening to us, we're giving him a free sneak peek. It's like we're like a free concert for him. Maybe.
Like a rehearsal show. But I don't think he cares.
I don't think he cares. He plays music. I really hope he won't hear us.
Yeah. So this phrase came from Clueless, and I really love it because so iconic, and that's
as if.
Yeah. And we can't drive. Also.
We can't drive, but I would like to drive. Up until recently, I was like, no, I'm not gonna drive because I can't even sometimes walk properly. So it's just sort of like, how am I going to be responsible for this big vehicle? But then when people would describe me as a car, and people do sometimes, like, you know what you be as a car? Don't people just I don't know, I don't remember who, but people are like, oh, if you were a car. They're just a really weird phrase.
I know what you would be. You would be like a Mini Cooper.
Yes, that's what people say, like those mini cars.
Mini Cooper. Because
cars.
they're just so cute and interesting and like a lot of patterns. And maybe not too much, but I don't know. You just give me that vibe.
I'm a lot of patterns. Thank you. Maybe try to point maybe like more so it won't pick me up as much.
Okay.
But it's fine. We're figuring out where...
Yeah, we're still like new to this.
We're newbies, but maybe one day we'll look back at it and like, what the fuck were we doing?
I know, but I really, I'm looking forward to seeing that, 10 years later.
Yes, because it's very interesting to like look back, I would think, and kind of be like, I was that person at that time.
Yeah.
And hating yourself.
Oh my god, look at that hair.
No, your hair is great. Don't. Your hair is incredible. I love your hair.
Thank you.
It's so just
Thank you.
thick and black and just love it.
But I think, I don't know. So just as we are cringing when we were listening to our voices, I think we're kind of cringe. But I think cringe in a very cute way. Oh my god, I was a baby in that time, but we thought we were so grown up and we were just trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I think even 5-10 years later, I would be trying to figure out a lot of things. New
course.
challenges and job and car and driving. Oh my god, I'm so scared of driving.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
I feel like I'm just gonna, I don't know, kill someone or myself. Hopefully myself.
Oh my god, don't say that. Erica, don't say that.
No, but like, rather than killing someone.
Okay, but don't say that.
Okay.
That sounds really bad. I mean, I just feel like driving is such a big responsibility. It really does scare me a lot.
Yeah.
Just.
But I just see, I mean, no offense, but I see some hopeless people driving just fine. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's a universal thing. It should be easy for everyone, even like the dumbest person. It should be something manageable.
God, that was such a burn. For like, oh my god, did she just say that?
Mm-hmm.
That was controversial yet brave.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. I watched remember that Trixie and Katya show before this, so I'm a bit kind of like, oh yeah, kind of hyped up.
But you know, they have Trixie Mattel and Katya, they have such a good, like, nice podcast on YouTube, but their name is not like something Latin trying to be
it's not
like
clever or like
trying to be like too intelligent or something, but it's just
it's very not
like expressive.
Yes, but then kind of like, what is that name? It's so hard to type into YouTube as well. You're like, how do I spell this? But then YouTube gets it. YouTube always gets it. But they have a bad name in quotations. Maybe it's not
like the bad name as people would say it.
Yeah, it's not like but
the content itself is just cool.
Yeah,
I love watching them.
Me too.
And their outfits.
I know. I would definitely be.
But okay, here's the thing.
Katya.
Not too controversial, but I want to see Trixie Mattel's eyes.
You can. She has a YouTube channel, so you can like see how she does her makeup before, how she looks before.
Check that out, because every time I watch, she's her eyes, she has really beautiful eyelashes.
Yeah.
She
wears like 10 pairs.
10?
Yeah, that's like a part of her makeup.
That's why, because I feel like if she like winks like strong and fast enough, she's gonna fly away.
Maybe, but yeah, she's really cool. I love her and Katya. They're so great.
I remember the first time. So Anna introduced me to them, and I.
Who else?
Who else? So I heard Katya, and I was thinking, wait, is that like Slavic? Is she Russian or something? And she was keep like interrupting it. No, she's not. I'm like, or is she like I don't know, Russian descent? She's like, she's from Chicago. Like, where is it? Boston.
Something like that. I think so. I don't know.
And I'm like, okay.
But he just really likes the aesthetic of Russia, which I don't get it, but I kind of get it. But he like knows Russian words, and she's gorgeous. What can I say? It's the whole aesthetic. But I thought she was Russian, but before I watched Drag Race with her, but she just really likes Russia.
Interesting. I mean, no offense to Russia, it's just they have a certain aesthetic, I know.
Yeah.
But it's such a big like country, and there's so many different kinds of stereotypes. But I think it's more of a Slavic, like Soviet Russian.
Quintessential Slavism.
Okay.
Slavicism.
Because
everything, from like Soviet Union, like all the Slavic countries are affected by that. Because they were kind of part of that. Not all the Slavic countries, but most. I think all, maybe most of them.
The annex.
Even like you can see it in Poland.
Yeah,
you can see those.
Definitely.
Those Soviet Union creeping in from their past.
And they don't like it.
But
I don't blame them.
Are they?
Get it?
Yeah. we're not gonna get political.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
What do we know?
What do we know?
We're just foreigners living here. We love
to
living here. Please don't deport us.
Yeah. Especially me. God. I'm still waiting for my card.
Your card.
Yeah. But anyways, so I had this idea. Let's talk about horoscope for a while. And yeah, what do you think about it?
Of horoscopes as a whole?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really believe in it, but I understand when people get into it, and I respect it. But for me, a bit that the like how the stars are aligned in the sky, which are like thousands and thousands of kilometers away, affect you just because you were born in a certain month is a bit far-fetched to me. And most of the things like horoscopic are a bit very vague, so you are like, oh my god,
very
that's
general,
so
like it can actually go with anything.
Like we did that tarot cards reading when you bought tarot cards.
I had tarot cards and then I couldn't read it. It's just like I draw 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And it's an owl and a horse and like whatever. I don't remember. I'm like, okay, I'm going to see an owl. And I'm going to ride a horse. Nice.
Yeah, but I think we probably haven't been, like, people are going to probably say, like, we didn't do it right. And that's true. We don't know how to do it. I think it's like a, what is it? It's like a craft.
Yeah.
People learn to do it. They know.
It's an art form, I think.
Yes. So we probably did wrong.
But
when we were doing it, we were really... Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
We were really like trying to find the meaning in them. Like, oh my god, what is this? Like loosely ties to my life.
Yeah, but it could be anything.
Trying to find any meaning for like my future that would satisfy me at the time.
It could be anything. But I've seen people like those tarot readers, right? They're really creative and they just it's like the words and the meanings just keep streaming into their mind and their way of like talking. I don't know, it's really nice. Yeah, but I remember, so recently my friends were tagging me and they were writing me, hey, do you have CoStar? So CoStar is that app for horoscopes.
I thought it was like coaster for like
Co-star.
No, like a coaster is like a
coaster,
where you
like
put like drinks on.
A coaster.
Like, oh wow, what's that app about? Putting drinks.
Yeah, so I told them I have an account that I like opened, like I created like 2 years ago, but I deleted the whole app, and they're like, no, download it back. You have to see it. So apparently you can find your friends there and see your compatibility
with your friends.
Yeah. It's like giving you there are like 3 a short description about your compatibility, but more detailed as well, but I didn't really read like deep into it. But it was just like a fun thing to do. I see it as more of a entertainment and like a sense of affirming to yourself, like, oh, okay, it's gonna be fine. Because most of the time, there's nothing like really negative when the cards are drawn and someone's reading for you, you know? Or maybe there is something negative, but they're more likely to say like, well, try not to cross the street while reading a text, more than, oh, you're gonna die next week. You know what I mean?
God.
So what I'm trying to say is that it just gives someone a sense of like hope or like entertainment. And I don't want to say, oh, whoever that believes in horoscope or signs and zodiac, it's like bullshit. I think they hear that criticism, like judgment a lot.
Yeah.
So many people nowadays, especially nowadays, would say like, oh, it's fake, it's a pseudoscience, and you shouldn't be believing in that. Well, it's just like a hobby and
Yeah.
nice.
I feel like, I just don't know enough about it to, like, really speak on, like, is it true or is it not? If, like, as you said, brings people a bit of peace.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like, lets them have fun. It's cool.
It's nice, like you belong in some kind of sign.
Yeah.
I just noticed that I have 3 signs. I mean, I should have 3 signs, but I have like 2 signs. So
2 signs?
Yeah, like sun, moon, and rising. But then
I'm
2
so
of them
lost
are just
with that. I have been told once, I think, what I am, but I just completely forgot. Maybe I have to find somewhere, but it's just that's just how you with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole just like unknown realm to me.
Yeah.
Okay, camera turned off. I'm gonna turn it back on.
Should I pause the video? Recording or?
No, it's fine. Keep going.
Okay.
It just turns off every 20 minutes. I search for sort of like, can you change it? And it's really just built into camera, and there's no really way to change it. It's just sort of the way it is. There's we don't have a cameraman, so we don't have anyone to monitor that stuff.
We don't even have a name.
We don't even have a name. That would be funny if we had all this production and like no name. We could just call it like unknown.
No name.
No name. Unnamed.
No name
I mean
podcast.
the noface from Spirit Away. Maybe that's a bit.
Oh,
comparison.
Yeah. I was so scared of that ghost or spirit.
He's so cute though. He's so adorable. Okay, he was extremely creepy when he was eating all those people.
Exactly.
But he was like a sweet little boy afterwards. He was like, sorry.
But I felt like he was more of a, when did I even do that? Like, what do you mean I ate people? Like, okay, just, yeah.
Just gonna tag along.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so next week is the Easter. It's probably not gonna be posted this week, this podcast. Yes. So just bear it in mind. I'm so lost in this Easter, like the days and Sunday and Easter egg. I think for
You're
me,
lost in Easter egg.
No. I mean, like this, like the tradition itself, like the custom, like whole thing. Mm-hmm. You kind of have that custom, like the first day you do that, second day you do that, and then Easter Sunday you do that and not eat anything, but people eat, right?
Yeah, people fast for like a month, I think. Before Easter, so they can have a feast on Easter. But it's not like they fast, like they don't eat anything. It's much just you don't eat animal products and something else as well, I think. Not sure. But but do you not have Easter? You don't celebrate Easter?
No.
Way.
No.
That's cool.
I don't think so. Not I think we might have some kind of celebration for the spring, but not Easter because we're not like
into Christ.
Like we're not Christian. Yeah, I'm not into Christ because he's kind of dead and not really hot for dead people.
He's like a resurrected one. He's not dead now.
So I'm not into resurrected people. I mean, no offense to the people who have the fetish for that.
There are probably people who have fetish for that. That's true.
Like you?
No. I'm just saying that people have fetishes for anything.
Yeah. It's so weird. But okay, I'm also weird as well because I found these like sharp bones like really appealing. I just want to like keep kind of feeling the bones and the structures, but not as like a sexualized way, but it just gives me that this is interesting, fascinating, isn't it? Like it's inside, like that's your core, you know? So everything of your like flesh, like every flesh, the nerves and muscles are built on your bone. But even after that, you can still like feel your bone and feel the structure. So for me, that's like, wow.
Satisfying.
Yeah.
But isn't a fetish just like a sexual thing?
I
was under the impression that if somebody has a fetish for something, it's sort of like a sexual thing. Like,
You can Google
I don't know,
that.
people have a foot fetish. There's a whole
Yeah, I think
website where you rank people's feet.
Really?
Yeah, like celebrities' feet or like regular people's feet. I don't know.
How do you rank that?
It's called wikifeet. You don't know that?
But how, like, okay, what's the requirements? I mean, the fee, but what's the basis of the judgments?
Just like how you feel about the feet, and then you give them like 1 through 5. I don't know this because I'm on there. I know this because I listened to the H3 podcast, and they mention it heavily. So it's not like I'm into feet. I'm not into feet. There's nothing wrong with being into feet.
Okay.
But
you're not.
Wait, I'm gonna Google fetish first because I can't speak and Google at the same time. Fetish disorder, what? Fetish, a form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, no thanks, item of clothing, part of the body, etc. So it is a sexual thing.
Yeah, okay.
But it's fine, but I do have to say, I don't like myself that much, and I don't really like my body that much. My body sucks, but it's good, but it's not okay. Like, I'm not gonna shame myself, but the part of my body that I always liked were my feet.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I do have cute feet.
They're cute.
I feel like my feet are just... They're not too big, they're not too small. The proportion of the toes is good.
It's just proportional and healthy, and
yeah.
I feel so bad. Like, I feel so sad when I hear people like saying I don't like my body, but also I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
And I don't like it when people are just perfectly fine. They look beautiful, they look great, but they have like body dysmorphia or anorexic, or it's always something that they don't like. I mean, I think it's normal in a way, but I don't want it to be normal.
Me too, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about a lot. But it's just, I wish that there wasn't this sort of thing of you have to look this way, and if you don't look this way, you're like worthless or less than that person looks that certain way. That, so, I don't know, somebody sort of decided that's the beauty standard.
Yeah.
And I really hope that, like, I feel like it's changing with Gen Z. We are technically Gen Z, but when I'm on TikTok, I don't know, I'm sure there's a lot of toxic shit on there, just like any platform, but the majority of things that I see are like people being body positive, you know, like
empowering.
Yeah, really empowering, like normalize this, everything is normal and it's great, and that just makes me feel a bit happy for the future, because like teenagers who are like right now maybe 12, 13 are watching that and gonna be like, oh, my body's okay.
It's okay.
And we're the old Gen Zs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like Gen Z is from 1997, I want to say.
Or something like that.
Through 2013, I think,
yeah.
So we're like the old Gen Zs.
We're the old Gen Zs.
And we got fucked up.
Yeah, partially.
Yeah, because of just media at that time wasn't nice, and just people were really close-minded, and just teenagers.
Yeah, I feel like the real like Gen Zs are starting from 2003 or 2,
maybe,
somewhere around that. I think 2003. But I remember when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, I was already thinking about like how my body was looking, and I was thinking about what kind of clothes I should be wearing to hide those.
Yes.
How to stand, and I don't know. I was just so self-aware. I still am, but I'm trying to cope with that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just so toxic.
It's just so sad that it's just...
Now I
People have to
think
go through
about
that.
it. I was just 8, 9. Like, I mean, you're just a child. You shouldn't be thinking about that. You're
Yes.
like a baby. What do you mean? Like,
To be careless and just sort of be yourself, figure out who you are. But then we're so preoccupied with those things already when we're
Yeah.
so small. I remember my earliest memory of that. I was in Israel. I think I was around 6 when I went to Israel for the first time. And I remember we went out to eat with someone, and I just remember thinking to myself, oh my god, I need to suck my stomach in. I was 6.
Oh
That's so
my
sad to like
God.
think about now. Like that I had to even like think about when I was 6. That's so fucked up.
that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel so. My brother is turning 8 this year, and I haven't seen him for 3 years. And my mom sends his picture to me, and I feel
so
so
cute.
sad because he's just growing up so fast, and I'm not there to see that. But I feel so bad whenever he's kind of like being a little self-aware, or he's not happy about self-conscious, or like kind of insecure about some stuff. I'm just like, no, you shouldn't be thinking about that. You're just you're perfect the way you are. It's I feel so sad when people do that. Like, people I love feels that way about myself, and that's exactly what I do to myself. That makes me think, yeah, I should actually love myself. I think that's why people talk about self-love a lot, and I think that is really important because honestly, like, self-love is that the place that you start to accept yourself, so that you can actually give care to other people as well.
Yes.
You can't like
Exactly.
completely care or love other people without loving yourself first.
Yeah. But in the same, self-acceptance. But then it's so hard.
So hard.
It's very hard, and I'm just sort of, coming to terms with the fact that I'm having like lots of self-hatred, because I didn't think that I was hating myself up until maybe like a couple of years ago. I just didn't realize it. My thought process was like, okay, I have pros and I have cons. Cons?
Cons.
I have cons. Like, I have good things and bad things, and it just so happens that I have more bad things than good things. So I have a right to hate myself. Sort of like that. And also, when you're hating yourself, those thought patterns are so automatic because of just, for me, it's just the way I was schooled in school. Those sort of like, you develop those sort of, oh, that's how I'm supposed to be thinking about myself. And then you're just automatically thinking about that about yourself. And then you're like, you don't ever like stop and think of to even like sort of judge that and contradict that. Like, wait, why am I thinking that? So it's so automatic, so you don't even realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
But you're doing it. Yeah. And I'm right now trying to like sort of, I don't know, realize that.
Reevaluate your mindset.
My just sort of thought patterns about myself, but it's so hard. I don't know. It's just because of like when you're a kid, so growing up, and you sort of collect this experience through, just life stuff, and then
It's very subtle.
You don't really understand it. So sort of subconscious, collecting, and then you grow up and you're like an adult and you have to be on your own, and you realize you have this emotional baggage from just like years of. For me, I don't know, school really fucked me up, and just the way it was. Not all the teachers, obviously not all the things, just like the way I am, plus the environment that I was in. Sort of, I didn't have that mechanism to fight back in my mind. So I sort of just accepted everything that was thrown at me about myself. So I don't know, it's hard. Self-love is hard, self-acceptance is hard. It's a really hard work, a lot of work. And some people, I'm so happy that like there are people out there who just, it comes naturally to them, or was certain nurtured to them, I don't know. But I'm just like so happy when I see somebody who's like, yes, I'm great. Yes.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But again, because of the way it was brought up, that sort of self-love, when somebody would put out that they like something about themselves, people would say like, oh, they're so narcissistic. Oh, they're so self-centered. So you kind of don't want to even like voice good stuff about yourself. So people wouldn't say you're narcissistic.
God.
It's just like, what am I supposed to?
Whatever, like no matter what you do, where you are, everyone's gonna judge you in some ways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess you can't please everyone at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
It's also hard to do, to not think about people.
Yeah.
Like, I think as well, like I'm like 20 years old, and now I'm just trying to figure out what sort of person I am like right now. What sort of things I like, what sort of my values, what I am, what I want in life, and stuff like that. Because I feel like before this, I've been kind of just like going on this, okay, I need to do this to please this person, please my parents, to like go to this, just to kind of morph myself into a version that a person that I'm with would like, for example. And then I'm like, but who am I? But who am I? And
why am I studying for this?
No, I genuinely, like right now, I am starting to have a bit of love, for, not a bit of love, like lots of more love for what I'm studying, because it's, I don't know, I feel like it gained a bit of an importance. So much more importance from versus first year, when it was just told.
Oh, it was so hard. It was so hard.
It still doesn't let me go, that first year, that fucking thing.
Yeah, we were kind of traumatized by the whole experience because it was hard. And someone told me that the first year, first semester is actually that elimination process because so many people apply for that course, and the school itself wants to know who's actually studying for this and who has the guts to commit to whatever this thing that they're studying for. So I think that's why people just gave us the fundamental knowledge, but in a very fast-paced way. So for us, in different language, Polish language, it was extremely hard. Cried so many times.
Yeah.
Had nightmares about it, and
I started screaming in my sleep. That's when the screams happened. Oh my god, people may not know. Oh my god, I scream in my sleep sometimes. Did we? We didn't talk about it. But that's the thing that happened. Started screaming in my sleep in my first year. But was screamed once on a field trip.
yeah.
That was so fun.
I mean, for us, it's just one night. Oh, Anna does
So
that.
fun.
But I kind of knew that coming because she used to tell me, well, I do that. And I'm scared that I'm going to do it besides so many people. And that happened. But one of my friends was like kind enough to inform to the others to not really talk about it for the whole day. And that's just going to burden her even more. So...
It was Aga. Thank you so much, Aga. Yeah. She also wrote to me today that she loved my parking.
Aww.
Not my parking as in I drive and then I park somewhere, but as in we have to do this project and we have this area that we need to sort of do a report on, and we decided to draw. We have a place that is a parking spot.
Yeah.
In the future might be, and I draw one, and she's like, "I love you."
And she presented in Polish language. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I am this course. The fact that I'm okay. Camera turned off again. I'm gonna keep talking. The fact that I'm in a group with other people who who I maybe necessarily didn't want to like wouldn't choose. Not that they're bad people. I think they're good people. But I'm usually in a group with you and Ola, and we talk in English. It's comfortable. It's not really getting out the comfort zone. And when I'm with people who are... And Ola is very assertive, our friend Ola, who's half Canadian. She's very assertive. She's like, look at
let's do this, and kind of leading the project.
Yeah, and in this group, we're all kind of just sort of like
equal.
What do we do? How do we do this?
Yeah.
Help! So I feel like it's making me like take the initiative a bit and just sort of be a bit more confident, because like if I'm not gonna do it, we're not gonna get it done.
Okay.
So I feel a lot of sort of growth and assertiveness.
Okay.
And I just like
decisiveness.
Yeah. And I'm not as scared to talk as I was before. Like even compared to last year, I would have just the craziest moments before. Just talking, just presenting was so stressful. But now I'm the more we do it, I get more comfortable.
So I'm in the same group as Ola, and she's really decisive, and she doesn't give any BS toward anything. She's just like, let's do this, and I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna get done with it, and we're just gonna go eat something and go to sleep. So I'm still not presenting in Polish. For me, I feel like it's gonna kind of burden everyone in a way, because I'll have to think about a way to say it, but some people wouldn't understand it, so it would be even worse than speaking English. But at first, I remember in the beginning, I was really feeling sorry for people who have to listen to me speaking in English, because this is not what they signed up for. You know, like, I mean, some people are not really comfortable with English as well. I think they understand it, but I just wanted to be part of the group, but not burden for them. But now it's more like, well, everyone is kind of used to it. Maybe it's just better for me to speak English, because everyone's just, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody's comfortable with it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I used to be kind of stressed. I don't know. So in my high school, we were already so used to presenting something. So I think for me, it was better in a way, but I'm not like the most confident person. So I kind of have to like think about whatever I'm speaking, and I have to like kind of prepare for it beforehand. But the one thing about me is that I kind of hide the fact that I'm actually just freaking out and having a mental breakdown. So I just smile and act like everything is fine, and they just buy it. Mostly, I think.
Yeah, when you present, you can't really tell that you're nervous. Like you just have, maybe it's because you're such a good actress, but you just play out this sort of like passion, and you just like, oh my gosh, she's so passionate about this. Like you just like sort of feel, maybe you just don't give a shit, but when you talk about it, you're just like, she sounds so passionate. So people are like, she knows what she's talking about. And also, your Polish is great, and I think you don't give yourself enough credit because you actually can speak very well. And I'm sure that everybody will understand, and if they won't, it's their fucking problem.
So when I'm having a conversation with someone in Polish, it's fine. I know that I'm making so many like grammatical mistakes, but I get to have it pass because it's not like really native for me, really natural for me. But with presenting, I just want to be more like as specific and clear as possible. So I choose to speak English. But I think since COVID has hit us, like it's been more than a year. Yeah. It has pros and cons. For example, like presenting things and having classes, it's much more peaceful.
Definitely.
I remember just walking to our faculty And I had to kind of tell myself, it's going to be fine. You're going to get over this. You're going to get through today, and it's going to be fine. And listen to a lot of those motivational songs, and then I'm going to do this. And after like few classes, coming back home, I kind of felt like I had so many emotions, but it was more like, okay, today has passed. So I got through it, and it was fine. So that emotional like pressure, and that pressure is much less, because we don't have to look at each other all the time, and you don't have to feel like, well, these people are looking at me and kind of judging me in a way. I'm sure they're not really doing it, and it's just in my head, but that doesn't make it really different. I'm still thinking that way, so
yeah. I totally agree with that. It's just, I don't know, I just realized how much of my mental energy was just like kind of wasted on these sorts of worrying about, oh, how do I look, or I'm gonna come in and then those people, I need to say hi to those people, I need to talk to those people. And not that I don't want to talk to people, it's just social anxiety is hard. And then also a problem with me is that I have such a bad eyesight. I have really bad eyes, and even glasses. I even need to change my glasses. But when our faculty, when you come in, there's just a huge hall, and people sit there in groups, and it's very big distance. So sometimes when I see a person, I can't really make out who that is. So, but that other person, so when I'm looking at them, I don't really know who they are. I don't see their face that clearly, but the other person sees that I'm looking at them, and they kind of feel like I see them, but I don't see them.
Oh, so they think that you're just kind of ignoring them, but in fact it's just blurry.
It's just very blurry. So yeah, it's just kind of this additional stress of I have to say hi to this person, to this person. Or what if I don't say hi? But I do miss us sort of hanging out in a sort of a group setting before like the lectures and stuff, or after, and seeing people having trivial chit chat.
Yeah, that was great.
I do miss that. I don't miss the stress, but sort of the realization that we're not gonna do that anymore. It's so sort of sad.
Graduating this year, so half of our studies we were at the faculty, and half of the rest of it were online.
Yeah, literally like
3 semesters.
Like a half.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. So let's be I don't know. Let's be gentle for people who have bad eyesight.
Yeah.
I heard that from so many people, and also I don't think you do that, but some of my friends who have bad eyesight tend to kind of frown a bit, trying to focus on something. I don't know how that really works, but the other person who's approaching them thinks that they're just giving them like bad look and trying to antagonize them.
Trying to fight me?
Yeah, trying to fight me.
I'm just trying to understand who you are.
Yeah,
it's a problem, but I don't deal with it right now because I don't really see anyone that much, or in the streets really, so it's not but I do have to change my glasses when I come back to the world. But we are gonna have a field trip together.
Yeah.
So we're gonna chill.
Yeah.
Like the good old days. You, me, Jonathan.
We're not like
Ola.
big fans of field trips.
No, Ola is not gonna be there.
Yeah, Ola's not there. We're not like big fans of field trips. Like opposing to our friends, most of them are just
very
fans
enthusiastic about
they're
everything.
like overly enthusiastic about it, but we're trying to cherish this moment. This is probably our last field trip to spend with our friends and classmates, so we're just trying to cherish this moment, to have a nice time and relaxation and exams.
It's not gonna be a nice time, really.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not. It may be a nice time, but it's definitely not gonna be a relaxation. And I will have to learn how to ride a bike for it.
Really?
'Cause
But
we're
maybe
gonna do
we don't
a
have
restaurant.
to. Maybe we won't be riding bikes.
No, he said that we'll move everywhere like on bikes, and I don't know how to ride a bike. Okay, I know how to ride a bike, but I always fall. It's just I can't ride it for more than like 15 seconds. Like I'm off, and then I'm just.
I'm sure that so many people can't. I mean, maybe not so many, but there must be like few people who can't ride bikes, and you should be an exception because I think he's keeping that in mind.
I don't
Fair.
think so. I think he's gonna be like, what the fuck?
But it wasn't
Who doesn't
written.
know how to ride a bike?
It wasn't written on the syllabus, and it wasn't written in the requirements, anyways.
Requirements. Basic biking skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, we also want to talk about snails. Can I talk about snails very
Okay,
fast?
okay.
Because
Shoot.
we're a bit over an hour mark, and we still have to do our Minari thing. So I really want snails now because I saw this snail in my garden last year, and I named her Gil the snail. It's not really her because I believe that snails are hermaphrodites.
Mm-hmm.
They have both parts in them, so it's not really her. I don't mean to misgender her, but them. I don't know.
What
but
are you trying to be inclusive towards snails now?
I don't
I
know.
mean, that's like nice.
She
but
want. Okay, I'm just gonna call her she. I don't know what she prefers.
they.
I don't mean to, be
Okay,
sort
she.
of, make fun of the pronouns thing. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying that
Yeah, no
snails
worries.
are
It's fine.
hermaphrodites.
Yeah. It's a
So
snail.
her name is Gail the snail, and she was so nice. And she came into our garden, and she stayed in a mint crate where we grew mint, and she was so nice, and I loved her. And she went away. And now Jonathan has snails, and he sent me all these pictures of his snails, and I really want snails now. But I can't have the aquarium because it's a lot of work, and I already have a dog, and I know that I won't really. I mean, if I get it, I will care for it, but then what if I will move somewhere? Where am I gonna just leave it to my parents? They don't want any snails.
You'll still have the shell.
Erica, that's so dark. Why would you say that? Oh my god. No.
Okay. Love snails.
Snails are great, and I kind of want one, but I can't.
They're so slimy.
Yeah, but they're so fascinating with their body and just their antennas. What are they called? Antennas?
Mm-hmm.
They're so fascinating, just the way they go in when they get scared. Okay, you don't share the same.
Yeah, I
passion for
think
snails.
I don't know.
It's fine.
I mean, it's fine, but I think it's mostly because I wasn't born and raised in an environment where there were many snails around because we have this very harsh weather that we don't have snails just lying around. It's a relatively new thing for me. It's actually true. Unless I go to somewhere where it's humid and like mild, at the place where it has milder condition. It's rare for us to just see snails on the street. That's not an option for me. So I think that because of that, I don't really emphasize with that so much as like people are like, oh my god, frogs, and they're just pushing. I'm just like, oh my god, you're gonna kill it. I had that encounter like so many times when Anna, she is fascinated with those animals, and she's like, when you push on this, it's so mushy, and then like pushing the whole thing. I'm like, and there's a bone there.
Oh yeah.
So it's like okay, but for me, I'm like, please don't do that. To feel that uncomfort.
Discomfort.
Discomfort.
Yeah, same. Biology people.
Doing
biology
something.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm cool with snails, but like, do I wanna keep it around as a pet? I'm trying to. For now, I'm trying to not like kill my plant.
Yeah, that's good place to start. Yeah. With pet stuff. Okay, I think we have to end this now.
Yeah.
We still have a part where we talk about Minari, but because we didn't watch it for today, we're gonna record it for next time. Just put it in. I'm sorry, we're not very responsible, but we're very busy students, and we really had a lot of stuff on our heads. And we're kind of filming this earlier than our last week's, so we didn't have that much time. So whatever, we're gonna put it in. Thank you for watching, and see you
later
in the future.
I'm not sure if I like my voice as well, but it's only natural.
Yeah, but my voice is so annoying. Like sometimes I'm listening to recordings back of like our classes, and I'm like, oh my god.
Kind of high pitched, but maybe I'm used to it. I just don't find it really that annoying.
It just goes up when I'm in like a certain environment, you know? Like when I'm relaxed, I guess it's like sort of lower. But when like dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Jestem.
Pani Jasinska.
Jestem. Dzień dobry. Oh god, I want to.
I go like that as well, but like
your voice is not like that high.
Jestem. Yeah, it's so annoying because mine is the second one, and then I have to turn on the audio and the video super fast, and then sometimes I'm just like, oh, where's the mouse? Oh my god, where is it? And it's just like Pani Erica.
Pani Erica.
Yeah.
Cześć pani. Cześć pani.
Pani jest. Jestem.
Jestem, dzień dobry.
Now it's like, yeah, shouting.
Okay.
Okay, I
You saved
it as episode 3, and then starting again.
Start the new one.
Hello. Let's start again.
Starting again.
Okay.
Starting cleanup. Okay, so it's the future. We're not wearing the same clothes as we did in that episode.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because we haven't watched Minari for that.
It was recorded. This one is recorded the week after. So,
Yeah.
But anyways, that doesn't matter. And today we're gonna be talking about the movie Minari.
Yay! I hope you watched it with us.
Yeah.
If you didn't, it's fine. You can watch it after that. We're gonna try not to spoil stuff, or should we spoil stuff?
We are spoiling. I mean, that's what
Okay,
the
we're
movie
spoiling. So
about.
go watch the movie and then come back and we're gonna discuss it. Okay, so it's directed by Lee Isaac Chung, and it's nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor,
Actress,
Best Supporting Actress, Best Screenplay.
Yeah,
I think score as well.
probably a bunch of things.
Maybe cinematography as well. But it's been really great. So,
Okay,
your
the first
experience.
time I watched it, I really like how they filmed it. It's really like artistic and cinematic. Cinematic, is that a word?
yeah.
Cinematic, and I extremely enjoyed it when they were like keep switching from Korean to English.
Oh, yeah.
When they're speaking, yeah, the kids are speaking English to the parents, and the parents are speaking kind of Korean, and then when they say something in Korean and then they're replying in English. I've seen it in real life, but not as Korean and English, but rather Polish and Mongolian. So it just feels really relatable. I mean,
Yeah.
I was living in my aunt's house, and then she came to Poland in the 90s, and her 2 daughters were grown up here, and then they don't really speak Mongolian that much, but they understand almost everything. So I've seen that a lot, and it just feels like, I think every like mixed family, maybe not mixed, but immigrant family
Yeah.
has this kind of way of communicating with each other. But it's just interesting how fluid, like how not
Yeah.
fluid. It's just kind of
Natural.
synchronized, even
Yeah.
though they're speaking in different language. Like the way they're understanding each other is quite great. And
Yeah, I thought it was really like done really well because it gives it such a sort of natural look. Because I also really like that they were like actually speaking Korean, because in some movies which are sort of set in Asia or about Asian people, and they all speak English, and it's like, okay. So this was very like, I was watching a documentary at some point, so it felt like that, because it was like so raw, and I really like this, you know, sort of switching. Slowly I can relate to, because we kind of were brought up bilingual, Ukrainian and Russian, so we would always like switch and use the mix up, and now it's mixing with Polish as well. So it's just sort of really relatable as well. But it was just really beautiful, just really chill vibe of this like countryside and everything, but also this tension in the air from the parents.
Yeah. The setting is in 1980s, I think, and it's just showing how working class immigrants from Korea are trying to like
assimilate in America
and start everything from the bottom. And few things that I noted is that it's kind of showing the gender role and gender expectation. I remember how first so they have this job like sexing chicks by like female and male, and then the male just goes to like a burning, cremating. Is that cremating?
I think so.
Yeah. Cremation. Yeah. So they just burn the chicks, and the father tells his son, "You're a man, and if you don't work enough, if you don't like take care of your family, if you're not useful enough, you're gonna end up like that." And that just shows how men used to, I mean, like the gender expectation was in the 80s, and it's kind of pressuring him. And the first time I watched it, there was always like this like problem with agreement between the couple.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really talk about it that much. They said, well, let's start this new life, but the wife was not happy about it because she was brought up in the city and she was just not expecting this kind of life in the countryside.
She was a lot more like worried about everything.
Yeah.
And the father, Jacob, was like more, it's gonna work out, I have to do this.
Just trust me.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to watch, honestly, because I could feel their love and care for each other. They like obviously care for each other, but it's because of their children. I don't know, because they're not fulfilling their expectations or the expectations they think they have to fulfill.
Yeah.
They have to kind of part, and there's a little tension in the air. And I really like the grandma. So the wife's mom comes from Korea, and she is leading this kind of comedic relief.
Yeah, she was really wholesome.
Yeah, and like the
I like
the grandma.
And the actress was nominated for supporting actress.
Yeah.
So it was really nice. And it was the feeling that I got from it again was like really wholesome. And this really interesting look into like just how hard it is, like the culture of like America and Korea are so vastly different. Like again, like in the food as well, like when the mother came, and I remember she like brought anchovies and she started to cry because it's like you can't get them here.
I know. Oh my god, I felt so
like
related though, because I also remember when people. So my mom came to Poland like last year, January, and then she brought me some food from Mongolia. I can't really find it here, unless like I have to wait for months to ship and to get the package. I feel like, oh my god, this is so amazing, and this is something that I can't really get it from. But anyways.
Yeah, I could really relate to that as well, because Ukraine's not that far away. It's not like super far away, but still the food is really different, and we do like when we get the candy from your prayer or something like that. It just feels like, oh, it's homey. It's so nice.
Something authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really, I enjoyed the fact that each family member was trying their best to make out of the roles, and the mother is just trying to kind of make their kids socialize and her to socialize as well, and going for church. And the kids, they're also can't really, they're not used to seeing people who are not like them. So the kid was like, why is your face so flat?
Yeah. Oh my god, that was really uncomfortable to watch. When she's like, the girl came up to her and was like, stop me when I say something in your language. She just said like, ching chong ching.
Yeah.
And I'm
just like, stop. God, that means something. It's like, cool. But it looks so inappropriate, but then, well, they're kids, so they don't know.
Think of it that much.
They're just curious about it. But it was just so nice, even though they're saying something inappropriate, but they're still getting along and playing together. So that means they're not trying to make them feel uncomfortable. It's just rather like curiosity.
Yeah. That was really nice. Yeah. And just like, it's also kind of shown from the perspective of this little kid. And this actually was so great. Like, the actor himself did a great job. And I think like his story was also very nice. Like him having like a heart defect.
Yeah.
And kind of battling through that as well. And him like being mad like at his grandma. You're not the proper grandma.
Yeah.
Because like I think he was born in America.
Yeah.
So like he has this perception of a grandma who has to cook like cookies and like
bake stuff and be this wholesome.
Grandma. I don't know,
but the grandma is just like, let me drink the mountain drink and the mountain
water.
Dew. Mountain water. And teach him the Korean cards.
Yeah, card game.
Yeah.
Just so wholesome.
And about the name Minari. So Minari is a plant. Like edible plant that can be like in kimchi and a lot of other dishes. But I think so they can explain the term Minari, and then they say it in the film, like Minari is a great plant because you can eat it, like rich people eat it, poor people eat it. Minari like grow like a Minari and then it always survives. So I think Minari is like equal as seeing life. So rich people live their life and poor people live their life, and they're still both of them, I mean all of them are trying to survive and just like trying to make the best out of the things that they got.
I also understood it's kind of like a plant that's sort of like a weed, like it's resilient, so like you plant it there and then I think some sort of like demolishes and then it grows back fuller. So sort of like their kind of journey mimicked, which I thought was so neat. And I don't know, the whole like last 20 minutes was so emotional. I like cried.
It was so hard.
And it was just
and so after a lot of like hard work, everything just went to like ashes.
But they still had each other.
And I noted that even like the things just went to shit, and then the wife was just trying to hold it together, and then like even though no one is like blaming the husband, the husband is just feeling the tremendous amount of pain inside of him. He's just like, if this doesn't work out, then you can just leave with the kids. I'm not going to protest against it. So I think he had this very strong sense of responsibility toward the family. So no one is pressuring him harder than him, like himself.
And I also like that that sort of conversation happened before they knew whether their crops are gonna be taken to the shop or whether David was good with his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And after they kind of found out that yes, everything is gonna work out, like the wife was still, she was like, it's not gonna fix anything.
Yeah.
We're still gonna be sort of broken.
Yeah. She said, I mean, it was a matter of like choice. So she thought that the important thing is our family.
Mm-hmm.
So would you choose me, like our family, your family, or your like this farm,
Mm-hmm.
agriculture farm,
Yeah.
right? And then the husband was like this thing, this big thing that I'm trying to do and then get successful. So he just wants to be that epitome, a good example for his kids. So he has this very strong sense of like, I have to be this big man so that my family can live better and my kids would have someone to look up to. But rather the wife was like, doesn't matter if we have a lot of like money or whatever, this big, I don't know, the big success, but what we have is our family, so just focus on that and be present.
Yeah.
So it was like a matter of like a conflict between
work and family.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And everybody was just so great, like absolutely incredible. Like God, I don't remember his name.
The
Steven
kid.
Yeun?
Yeah.
Oh God. So great. Like, I don't know. And the wife, Monica, was great. I don't know her name. Grandma and David.
The kid got the Kids' Choice Award.
Aww.
And he cried.
Oh.
It was virtual, and then he got in. He's just like, oh, thank you for giving me, and thank you, this kind of person. And then he got so emotional, he cried. He just burst into tears.
He must be
so
like
emotional.
9 or
He's like,
something.
Not really. I thought he was like 6 or something.
Maybe. I don't remember.
And because
know.
of him, I really miss my brother.
Aww.
Yeah. He's turning 8 this year. I left home when he was 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're gonna see him next time. It's gonna be so big.
Yeah. So in my mind, he's still 5.
Oh.
And when I hear about him, he's just so grown up and so I just can't comprehend. Nope. Cannot admit. Yeah. Overly, we would recommend that movie, but it was just really emotional and
really emotional. Just a sort of like pressure of we left everything to make it for this American dream story that like so many people pursued, and it's just sort of like we left everything and we need to make it work here for a better life.
It's just like the movie starts and then there's this grand finale after this much of like work and pain. We're gonna have something big, a happy ending, and in the end it just goes like, but then they still have each other, so life goes on.
Yeah, maybe there's like a deeper meaning to it all, but
probably we're just
it was just I really liked so many things about it. It felt so raw and just so incredibly realistic. Just like I was like, this is like watching a documentary. Like I cannot describe it any other way. Just like the way kids were acting, grandma, the parents, every sort of environment. There's also like a lot of religious undertones to it. Sort of like the guy who's super religious and he was like carrying a cross on his back, sort of mumbling some crazy stuff. And
like doing that exorcism
thing. And the mom wanting to be like in church and stuff like that. Which,
Yeah, it was.
Very interesting look into it, and I'm really happy that this movie is getting lots of recognition because I think it deserves it, really. And I don't know if it's gonna win I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
But it's worth it.
But it's just extremely heartwarming, really hard to watch at times.
Yeah.
Like just how it takes your heart and it makes you feel things. It makes you relate. Oh, it gross itself.
So maybe should we like
Yeah, I'm gonna
kind of wrap it up and
we're
end
gonna
it?
wrap it up.
Let's end it.
Yes, next week we're watching The Black Messiah,
Yes.
directed by Shaka King. I kind of already watched it. And
Ah,
it's so good. But we're gonna talk about it next week. So if you would like to join us in the discussion, also if you watch Minari or anything you want to say about Minari, feel free to put it in the comments. We're gonna go in there and maybe chat about it as well. Maybe had some other perspectives, some other, related things.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, some cool things you want to share. Come on down. Let's talk.
Yeah, thank you for watching
thank
and
you
see
for
you
watching.
next week.
See you next week. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Okay.
Yay.
Happy 19th. Like stalk people.
You act like I do this on a regular basis.
Did you see me?
That's such a big television.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
just half of the wall. What is?
They like commercial.
Yeah, it's the commercial about those cherry ones. They come in a heart shaped box. This is so fun.
this? Maybe I don't have to.
Maybe you don't have to what? Like here?
Oh.
You don't have to lie here.
I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's fine. But we'll be like less space in the camera, sir. Because we're gonna be like.
I will not. Okay, we can try it
We
like
can
the
do
last time. But I don't trust myself like doing just this and speaking.
Yeah.